Shalom, shalom, all praises, family, all praises. We back and we up. Hey, nice time to get it activated. Nice time to get everything cracking right now. Hey, it's a beautiful time, right? we see all these bombs and nukes going off. It's such a pleasure to see Ezekiel 38 coming to fruition, right? And that's why we happy. That's why the people in the we understand what's going on. We understand prophecy slowly being fulfilled. We understand it's our time for real. Mm. Shalom, shalom. We understand it's all our time. So I just want to give all praise and honor to the Most High God, Yahweh, in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, right? So we dropping bombs and we excited because we understand after all this is over with, the World War III, this is when we truly get our Independence Day. Because we haven't been independent. We haven't had true independence for under somebody else. We've always been subjugated under somebody else. So what we have to do is understand when these things come. Shalom, shalom, Travis Scar, shalom, family. So we understand when these things come, hey, it's beautiful. Hey, big bombs in the chat, yeah, big bombs, man, because we understand this is what we've been waiting for. We've been talking about it for years, and years, and now it's finally happened. Now it's finally getting active, right? So let me. I gotta share my screen. I'm tripping. I ain't even got the screen shared. We're gonna scroll down to 21. It says, "Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken, and shalt make thyself naked. The punishment of thy iniquity." So, once Edom gets drunk and pass through this cup, once Edom is truly destroyed, that's when that's when we're out of timeout. Basically, that's when we out of punishment. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity. O daughter of Edom, he will discover thy sins. So we seeing right here, right? With this going on, we almost there. At the end of Edom's reign, we're gonna be where we need to be. We're gonna be, and not only we're gonna be happy, but the whole world is going to be happy. The whole world is going to be happy. I want to tell you what's that Proverbs 29. Yeah, Proverbs 29, verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, oh, so like I just yeah, we should be good now. In Proverbs 29 and verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But the wicked, but when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. Shalom, shalom, family. Oh, they did the ceasefire. Dang, I ain't even peep. They must have just did that because I saw like some on Instagram saying they did a ceasefire, but Israel nor Iran had confirmed it. So they just confirmed it in the 605. It's all on to you, brother. Even if they did a little ceasefire, it's not going to stop prophecy. It's just a little speed bump to the final destination, to us getting our kingdom, right? So even because we understand that everything is under the control of the Most High, and the end is already. I'm saying that's what they saying. Iran ain't sweeping that under the rug. I mean, man, Iran trying to be the big boy. They trying to knock out America. But we understand what's going on. It's already written. That's why what's going on. We understand. That's right enough. Hey, nukes and cherries. That's right enough. Nukes and cherries. That's what we're looking forward to. Nukes and cherries. Because like in Proverbs 29:2, when the righteous, who are the righteous, the Israelites, when we're in authority, the people rejoice. Everybody gonna be happy. The right way. Hey, the water is 6 foot 5. The water. You can Instagram. It's just at Nagap. I want to say it's _4. I believe that's it. At Nagap _4. Yeah. The water. But they say, hey, even the ceasefire, it's not gonna detour what's the end phase, because we understand once Esau captivity ends, ours is going to begin, right? And we're gonna get this rulership because we need the rulership. Because if you think about it, everybody done came up off the Israelites for real. Every nation, except what First Maccabees 2:10. What nation have not had a part of her? You feel me? That was just me paraphrasing it. What nation had not had a part of Israel? Everybody done got their lick off us. So it's on the right. We get right with our God, and we come into authority. We step back up. So, and here, let me go. I got that in blue letter. Exactly, his word will not come back void. Yeah, let's go to boom. I gotta share this screen. Let me see if I can swap it out real quick. The second Ezra 6:9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning that followeth it. Oh, I gotta hit add stage every time. All right. But yeah, so and shout out to them brothers. If you know, you know, right? But yeah, for Esau is the end of the world, and that followeth. So we understand it's throughout the Bible. As soon as Esau's reign is over, our reign is going to begin. Our kingdom is going to begin. We just have to continue to endure, continue to be patient. We have to truly repent and keep these commandments. Hold on. I just got your message, Mr. 6'5", the water. Let me see. Oh man, I ain't about to. It may mess up the live. I can't play it right now. But yeah, I got it. The Water King. Hey, exactly. Hey, we waiting for the Isaiah 14:2, 14:3. Hey, you and me both, Tribe Iskar. You and me both. The Water is 6'5". I appreciate it. Yeah, I was about to play it, but I know copyrights and everything. I ain't trying to mess the channel up. But dang, they just did that. Hey, I'm lacking on it. I'm lacking. I should have peeped that before I even did the class. But like I said, it ain't changing nothing. It ain't stopping no motion because it's already written. But let's go back to this Bible real quick, right? Understanding these kingdoms, because we understand this is not the first captivity we've been in. We've been in captivities all throughout history. So let's start. We're gonna start with Daniel 7, right? Because every nation they live with us, but these major captivities, this was going to be the sign. This was going to let us know what the time comes. Man, I ain't doing no push-ups, man. Nah, man. Hey, mess the channel up, man. Me and these brothers, we can come to a better resolve. I ain't doing push-ups for life, nah, man. Look, but, hey, really, there's probably only one person who can do more push-ups than me in the camp. Man, I ain't gonna, shout out to him. But I'm just talking cash. But hey, you may be right, boy. Ooh, that be all bad. But let's start with this Daniel 7, right? We're gonna let's start from the top. I ain't even sharing the screen. Bring it up. Boom. Shalom, sis. Shalom, sis. How you doing? So it's Daniel 7. Let's get into it, right? It says, in the first year of Belshazzar, king of Babylon, Daniel had a dream and visions of the sum of the matters. And Daniel spake and said, I saw my vision by night, and behold, 4 wings of the heavens strove up the great sea, and 4 great beasts come up from the sea, one diverse from another, right? The kingdom and the rulerships. And so you want to continue reading. Verse 4. The first was like a lion and had eagle's wings. I beheld the wings thereof were plucked, and it was lifted up from the earth and made stand upon the feet as a man, and a man's heart was given unto it. So we understand what this first captivity is. This first major captivity is dealing with the Babylonians and the Assyrians, right? And even though in this it's saying as a lion, let's look up the significance between the Babylonians and their lion, right? Ooh, let me see. I got to pull it up somewhere. Boom, 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 boom. Right here. Babylonian connection with the lion. It says, let me bring it up. In Babylonian culture, the lion was a powerful symbol representing strength, royalty, and the goddess Ishtar. It was a prominent motif for the processional way and the Ishtar gate and the Lion of Babylon statue and symbol. So we understand. Shalom, the wise. Shalom, family. Appreciate all y'all tapping in. So we understand. This lion is very symbolic, and we understand that they use it to represent, the strength and power, because that's essentially what they felt when they got over us. And here's the crazy thing is, right, because we understand modern day Iraq is Babylon. We can see it. It says the prominent motive of the professional way and the Ishtar gate and the Lion of Babylon statue, a national symbol of Iraq, still stands today. So we are. It's nice seeing the things to confirm what we already know. It's a difference between Babylon and Mystery Babylon, right? Because Mystery Babylon supposed to get utterly destroyed, not Babylon. So when people try to say they're the same thing, we can see now. Hey, we got proof. Look, Babylon's Iraq. We still got the proof to it. I'm going to talk about the Assyrians because we understand the Assyrians is what led the northern kingdom away. Well, not led, but after the northern kingdom, after the Assyrian captivity, northern kingdom split, and they got up out of there to come to Americas. I'm going to say the eagle. The eagle. Let me bring it up stage, right? It says in ancient Assyrian culture, eagles held a significant symbolic meaning, particularly in the form of eagle-headed figures known as apaku. These beings, depicted with the head of an eagle and the body of a human, were considered to be wise, protective spirits from wisdoms. Let me see. Right here, boom. Is either as an eagle or a human-headed, and wear a horned crown to indicate divinity. So we understand idolatry. Both types of figures usually have wings. So we understand they'll put these wings on. They'll put these wings on their figures to give reverence to Apakulu. They give reverence to Apakulu, right? Another form of idolatry. But we understand this is what's going on. Exactly. Ancient Babylon did not get destroyed by fire. Mystery Babylon will get destroyed by fire. So we understand. Going back, those are the to Babylon. The Northern Kingdom went in captivity by the Assyrians. So going to I gotta figure out a way to be faster with this switching screens, man. So going back to Daniel, right? And it said, I beheld there as the wings were plucked and lifted up the earth. Wings were more of a greater nation than the Assyrians. That's why it's standing up. And it's lifted up the earth and made stand upon the feet as a man, and a man's heart was given to it. Because you understand, that's referring back to Nebuchadnezzar, right? So that's the first major captivity. We read about it. You know, you got Daniel, Jeremiah talks going into it. So that's the first major captivity. The Babylonians and the Assyrians. The second major captivity. That's me not even bring the screen back up. I'm tripping. Daniel chapter 7, verse 5. And behold, another beast, a second, like to a bear, it raises itself up on one side, and it had 3 ribs in the mouth of it, between the teeth of it, and they said thus unto it, arise, devour much flesh. So we understand that next major captivity is dealing with the Medes and the Persians, right? We understand it's dealing with the Medes and the Persians because we read in the book of Ezra and Nehemiah. That's what happened after the Babylonians. I'm trying to find this verse. Salaki. I thought I had it with me. Let me see. Nebuchadnezzar. Am I tripping? No, I ain't tripping right here. Salaki. So we're gonna go to Ezra 1. No, this is Ezekiel, man. Nah, am I tripping? Ezra 1:7. Nah, I'm tripping. All right, bet. I'm gonna say, hold on. So Ezra chapter 1 verse 7. The water now. Oh, but yeah, I'm just a vessel of the Most High. I'm just glad to be back. Be back, putting my brick in, man. Thank you for real. So Ezra chapter 1 and verse 7, and it says, also Cyrus the king brought forth the vessels of the house of the Lord, which Nebuchadnezzar had brought forth out of Jerusalem, and had put them in the house of his gods. So we see after Nebuchadnezzar in the Babylonian captivity, they had got our golds, they had got our vessels, and they had came up off us, and us being a part of what they came up off of as slaves. Cyrus came, boom, and we're under Cyrus. Cyrus is dealing with the Persians, the Medes and the Persians, right? And so we see biblical. That's the next major captivity. We see it in verse 8, and forth by the hand of Mithred, the treasurer, and numbered them unto Sheshbazzar, the prince of Judah. So we even see then, all right, biblically, Thawada, sister Tanya Thawada. So we see biblically, all right, after the Babylonian and Syrian, it's going to the Medians and the Purge, right? So let's go back to Daniel 7 when it was describing this again, describing this second beast. Talking to a bear raised up itself on one side, and it had 3 ribs in its mouth. The Persians, the Persians were more powerful than the Medes, so therefore, that's why it's setting up on that one side, and it had 3 ribs in its mouth, of it between the teeth, and they said, "Thus until it arise, devour much flesh." So it had to devour these 3 ribs in order for it to, I guess, be considered as one of the dominant figures, one of the dominant powers. And we can see this just by looking through history, right? Simple search. I can't talk for nothing right now. Stuttering and whatnot. But if you driving, be safe, family. Let's pull up this right here. Bring it on the stage. So with this right here, which is saying which major empires did the Medes and the Persians defeat in order to rule, right? Boom. The Medes and the Persians were under the leadership of Cyrus, defeated several things. So it said defeated many several empires to establish their rule and formed the Achaemenid Empire. These key empires were conquered, right? And boom. So we understand on one side, because we understand the Persians were stronger than the Medes. The Lydian Empire, so the country of Lydia, that's one of the ribs. Boom. It goes with 547 BC. And you can also line this up with the timeline on these events, and you'll see it lined up with the book of Ezra. And so you see one rib is the Lydian Empire. And Cyrus defeated Lydian king Croesus, who was known for his wealth of military power, in 547 BC. This conquest expanded the Persian Empire, influence westward to Asia Minor. The Neo-Babylonian Empire Cyrus the Great conquered Babylon, which was the largest city in the ancient world, ending the Neo-Babylon Empire. The victory was significant as it brought the Persian Empire control over the Mesopotamia and the Levant. So we any country that have us in captivity, we understand they're going to be great. About it in Genesis when Jacob was on his father-in-law house, how his house grew exponentially. It's because we are so great. Whatever is going to grow. So imagine when we're in world power, how much better everything is going to be. But continue to put in our breaking, continue to keep in the commandments, continue to please in our God. And that third rib that's talked about in Daniel 7 for the second beast is Egypt. And it says, BC, furthering expanding the Persian Empire reach. So we see then, those are the three ribs that are being eaten in Daniel 7. If I'm going too fast, just let me know. If you want me to slow down, put a one in chat. If you want me to go at the pace I'm at right now, you can put a 2 in the chat. Because I know sometimes I just get the rambling. I just get the rambling, so Slovakia. All right, we're going back to Daniel 7, right? And so the second beast is the Persians and the Persians and the Medes. I'm tripping. And we're gonna talk about this third beast. Daniel chapter 7, verse 6. After this I beheld, and lo, another, like a leopard, which had upon the back its 4 wings of a fowl. The beast also had 4 heads. You understand? This captivity is the Greek captivity, the Grecians, dealing with the Grecians, right? And it's talking about the leopard. Who's the significant? Who's wearing the leopard is dealing with the water. The water is dealing with Alexander the Great. Well, we call him Alexander the Greek, but the world call him. Pull this up. And so Alexander the Great wear a leopard. Let me bring this to the stage. So, all right, we right here, we seeing. And I will say what I like about this AI stuff. Man, that little link thing, boom. Lawrence University. But it says, yes, Alexander the Great did wear a leopard skin helmet, or at least the depictions of him often showing him wearing one. This was a symbol of his status and power, and is also used by his successor, Cecilius, according to the Lawrence University. The leopard skin was not. So we understand he was the one wearing this leopard. This leopard. So in Daniel 7, when it's talking about another one like a leopard, it's talking about Alexander the Greek, which had upon the back 4 wings of a fowl. Why is it calling it 4 wings of a Alexander the Free? Hey, exactly. Hey, those who really know the history on it, hey man, freaky ass man. A freaky ass dude. We ain't rocking him regardless. Alexander the Freak. I like that. Not Alexander the Greek, Alexander the Freak. Yeah, man, but a wicked man. We're talking about them 4 files. It's talking about the wings of files. It's talking about how fast his empire had spread, right? And then it also talking about the when it says the beast also had 4 heads, and dominion was given unto it. Those 4 heads were the Diadici. The Diodici. I feel like I'm pronouncing it correct. I want to say I typed it in earlier. Yeah, Diadici right here. Boom. And so we understand Diadici were it was pretty much the 4 generals he had in power. And so the four generals, they were Ptolemy, right here. So we see, and it gives you a he passed the territories to his 4 generals. So that's why you get in the 4 heads. Once Alexander the Freak died, his territory was split. So you got Ptolemy. He took control of Egypt and established the Ptolemaic dynasty. Cassander, he was control of Macedonia and Greece area. Seselius, he became the ruler of the eastern territories, including Babylonia and Persia, and founded the Seleucid Empire. And Antonius, he initially controlled a large portion of the Asia Minor, but some so that was ruling the Asia, but that's because Lysimachus and antagonist had went to die. So that's how they get that. And they're also dealing with Alexander the Greek, right? It's important to understand who he is. We understand he's a white man. We understand he's a Grecian, but who is he biblically? You feel me? So let's go to First Maccabees. We're gonna say that, yeah, boom. Let me share this screen over here. Hey y'all bear with me while I continue to share all these screens, man. Boom. So we got the book of First Maccabees, chapter 1. It says, and it happened that Alexander, son of Philip, the Macedonian, who came out of the land of Chittim, had smitten Darius, king of the Persians and Medes, that he reigned in his stead the first year over Greece. So we saying that third major captivity after the Medes of the Persians, the Medes and the Persians are the Grecians dealing with Alexander. But we see right here, Alexander the Freak, he's called a Macedonian, right? So it's called him a Macedonian. When he came on, he had smitten Darius the king of the Persians and the Medes, out of the land of Chittim. Now we got to go to a scripture to see who else is a Macedonian as well, right? Let's see how they got it listed in here. Nations of Esther, boom. Oh yeah, they're on the 16. Let's go to verse 10. It's all boom. So this is another person. It says, for Ammon, being indeed a stranger of the Persian blood, and far distant from our goodness, and a stranger received us. So we see this man Oman as well, and he's not kinfolk. And this is in the let's see what he's called in the book of Esther. The book of Esther, going back to the Old Testament or in the Hebrew, right? Let's go to Esther. Let's see, yeah, Esther 3. Boom. Let me remove this. Hey, real dirty dog. A real dirty dog, the what? The boy Alexander, a real dirty dog. Share screen right here. So we're gonna go to we call a Macedonian. So let's see what he's called. And that was in the editions of Esther. But when we go to the book of Esther, which is the book of Esther, which is translated from the Hebrew, it says, and the king and gave it to Ammon, the son of Amadatha, the Agagite, the Jews' enemy. So we see that the spelling is different, but the spelling is different due to just translation. Macedonian mixed with German Shepherd, pure dog. Y'all cry. Hey, y'all acting up in there. Y'all right though. Hey, pure dog. It was an Esther 3:10. And the king took his ring from his hand and gave it to Ammon, the son of Amadatha, the Agagite, the Jews' enemy. My audio's going in and out. Put a one if you can hear me. If I'm good. Oh, something. Yeah, put a one in the chat if I'm good. Boom, boom. All praises, the water, the water. All right. So it's dealing with the translations. How editions of Esther, those are those chapters are translated from the Greek, while the book of Esther is translated from the Hebrew. That's why the spelling difference. But it says the son of the Agagite, the Jews' enemy, is been a descendant of. So who is Agag? That's the next thing we got to figure out. Who is Agag? We can go to 1 Samuel. First Samuel 15. Boom. We can start at verse 7. And 1 Samuel chapter 15 and verse 7. And Saul smote the Amalekites from Havilah until that is over against Egypt. And he took Agag, the king of the Amalekites, alive, and utterly destroyed all the people with the edge of the sword. Now, all right, boom, we understand him. We understand what's going on. Also, I am going in and out. Oh, this is probably my connection, man. I'm gonna figure out once this over with, once I finish this class, I'm gonna figure out what I can do to help make that better. Cause I don't know what it is. I got full connection on my end, so I probably just gotta play around with it and see what's going on. Salakia for that. But let me see where was that. Oh yeah, verse 8. And he took Agag, the king of the Amalekites, alive, and utterly destroyed all the people with the edge of the sword. So we understand. We all know the Amalekites are, but we're just we're using the Bible to show one that Alexander the German Shepherd, the dog, whatever you want to, whatever y'all calling him now. We're showing how he goes back to Esau, right? Because, and not just him, but the white man in general going back to Esau. We're doing this all biblically. And it said Agag. So now let's go to the Amalekites. All right, who's Amalek? You just go to Genesis 36. Where I want to start at. Boom. Genesis chapter 36 and verse 9. And these are the generations of Esau, the father of the Edomites and Mount Seir. Eliphaz, the son of Adah, the wife of Esau, Shemath, the wife of Esau. And the sons of Eliphaz were Teman, Omar, Zepho, and Gatham, and Kenaz. And Timnah was a concubine of Eliphaz, Esau's son, and she bare to Eliphaz Amalek. These were the sons of Adah, Esau's wife. So we see a Macedonian all the way back from a Macedonian to an Agagite to an Amalekite to an Edomite. We don't use the whole. We use the scriptures to back it up. So this is what you improve right here. Hey, no white man is Esau. Alexander the Freak was a white man. They agree to that, and you get them to agree to that. Take them down this road. Boom. You proving that hey, a white man is Esau. Edom. And this is important because what verse did I bring out earlier? Lamentations 4. When it says boom. Lamentations 4 and 22. The punishment of thy iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will carry no more thee away into the captivity. He will visit thy iniquity, or daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. So we seeing at the end of this Esau Edom captivity. This is why we happy because we can see this come to an end. We see, yeah, all right, we see the economy going bad, but hey, now we seeing bombs being dropped. Yeah, all right, it's up. They got a little ceasefire right now, but look, hey, the Most High will gonna come. The Most High will gonna happen. His word do not come back void. So let's go back to Daniel 7 and go down to this other beast, this last beast. Boom. Daniel chapter 7 and verse 7. After this, I saw in the night visions and terrible and strong and break in pieces, and stamped the residue with the feet of it, and it was diverse from all the beasts before it, and it had 10 horns. And so we understand this is going, and this is another way, just simple logic to validate the Apocrypha, right? In Daniel 7, talk about 4 major captivities, and when we read 3 of them, we can read about the Babylonian captivity in the book of Daniel. We can read about the Median and the Persians' captivity in the book of Nehemiah and Ezra. We can read about the Roman captivity in the New Testament. Where's the Greek captivity? It's in the Apocrypha, First, Second Maccabees. So we understand this is that we understand that. Well, I mean, of course, we understand the Apocrypha validated, but these are just simple questions to ask people. Like, all right, where's the third captivity? If you don't, it's not in there. You have to subscribe to the Apocrypha to get the full understanding. So then let's see. It was diverse from all the beasts, and they were before it, and it had 10 horns. So let's go into this diversity of this beast. Boom. Let me see. Copy this one right here. Salakia. But essentially, it was talking about the it's different because before then, it was dealing with kingship. Boom. All right, pass it down to my son, pass it down to my son, pass it down to the royal line. While dealing with the Romans, this is when you start to see more of the democracy type deal. Yeah, so let me pull this up. Hold on. Where is it at? Right here. I bet. So I'm saying the Roman government empire structure. The government empire structure of the Roman evolved from its predecessor, the Roman Republic, transitioning into a system centered around the emperor as a supreme authority. And they had a source authority, but then it started turning into a empire, an emperor. It's trying to, when we say it goes back into a dictatorship type deal, which I find no coincidence that the so-called new Roman Empire is kind of doing the same thing, dealing with America. All right, boom. How Trump is trying to make it to where it's he's trying to go for a third term. He's trying to pass a law to be the third term. But dealing with the while that beast is different, the previous beast. Going back to Daniel 7, and this said, I consider. I don't even got the screen up. It's going to be Daniel 7 and 8. It says, I consider the horns and the 10 horns. Oh yeah, first the 10 horns. They were the European common market. Yeah, the 10 horns, the European common market being Belgium, Denmark, Denmark, France, Germany, Greece, England, Spain. It's like two more. I was what, Luxembourg and Netherlands, if I'm correct. So, but these horns are important, right? It said, I considered the horns and beheld there come up them another little horn, before whom there were three of the first horns plucked by the roots. And behold, in this horn were eyes like the eyes of a man, and a mouth speaking great things. So we understand this little countries did America have to knock off before it was really respected on the map? America had to knock off. They had to knock off France. Boom, that's one of the horns. The Spaniards, boom. Spain, that's one of the horns. And the British, boom, that's one of the horns. So what's that in American history? What the French in what is it? Independence War? I don't know what that war called. Yeah, the Independence War or something. But those are the three. Those are those three. Those are the three horns that were plucked for this little horn America to come to the, I guess, come to the fold as a big dog, right? And behold, in this horns were eyes like the eyes of man, and the mouth speaking great things. We understand that eyes is dealing with the house and the house and the Senate, and the mouth speaking great things. We understand because it's supposed to be a dominant world power. So he had great, and the country had great authority when it says something on a global scale. Verse 9, I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the ancients of days did sit, whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head like the pure wool, his throne like the fiery flame, and his wheels as burning fire. A fiery stream issued and came forth from before him. Thousands ministered unto him, and 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him. The judgment was set, and the books were open. And I beheld then, because the voice of the great words which the horn spake. Which horn is this? It's talking about that's that same little horn, America. I beheld even till the beast was slain, and his body was destroyed, given to the burning flames. So the final beast is going to be destroyed by what? About a burning flame. What, the thermonuclear missiles, the nukes. That's that burning flame. That burning flame going to be the nukes. That's what's going to be. That's how it's going to be destroyed. And it says, as taken away, yet their lives were prolonged for a season and for a time. So we understand once America gets nuked, boom, it's over with. These other beasts, such as the Babylonian Syrians, the Medians, and we see these lands are still intact. We see they're not utterly destroyed. They still moving around. They still functioning. But this beast, America, is getting destroyed. It's gonna be burned with the flame. It's gonna be burned with the flame, right? So let's go to let me the Son of Man presented. Verse 13. I saw in the night visions, and behold, one like the Son of Man came with the clouds of heavens, and came to the ancient of days, and they brought him near before him. And there was given him dominion and glory and a kingdom that all people, nations, and languages should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion which shall not pass away, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed. So, all right, we see now. Story about the flame. That's why we happy them bombs dropping. That's why we happy them bombs dropping, because we understand it's gonna be them flames. So once we see them flames, boom, we know what's up. This was gonna get us right. This is what this is what we've been waiting for. We got to do right. Here, let's go to Revelation. All right, Revelation 2:26. Right, and he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations, and he shall rule them. Be broken to shivers, even as I received of my Father. So we understand why all this is happening. We still got to continue to do our work, push forward, be happy to understand what's going on for real, and continue to get right with our God. We understand the day is coming, and that's why we happy. All praises. And that's my lesson. All right, but I ain't go too long. I appreciate y'all tapping in. Oh, what y'all think of the classes, man? I'm trying to get back up. I done got some things. Lord willing, and Lord willing, get back on. Shalom, shalom, sis. Tanya ate the water, and good night, sis. Yes, please like, share, subscribe. The water. Any questions? Feel free to put them in there as well. I'll give y'all a few minutes to type something up. In a few minutes ain't gonna be a long time. I ain't talking literal minutes. Probably gonna be like a couple seconds. I don't see that happening. All right. Y'all got no questions, y'all straight. Any topic suggestions? You just put them in. I gave my Instagram out earlier. You can DM me something. It's all love. I ain't gonna trip. I'm gonna look into it. But with that, I like to give all honor, praises, and glory to the Most High God, Yahweh. And them is on God and Son Yahweh Shai. Hey, the Water family for tapping in. Shalom.